and to include youths and persons living with disabilities in political appointments. There were separate resolutions to investigate the abuse of tax exemptions, the use of explosives in mining activities, and the backlog of students awaiting call to bar.
Because the delays in this process are unacceptable and contribute unnecessary suffering among aspiring lawyers and their families.
The Zebasit quarry, located along Arab Road in Kubwa, Abuja, has been operating with significant negative impact. Continuous ground vibration from the quarry explosive have weakened buildings, infrastructures in the area.
House has adjourned plenary till 29th of April 2025 to observe the Salah and Easter holidays. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikben, NTA News.
Similarly, the House of Representatives at Thursday's plenary passed through second reading a bill seeking to alter the 1999 Constitution as amended to create an additional local government area in Imo State to be known as Idiato West Local Government Area. The proposed legislation, sponsored by Representative Ugochinyere Ikegwanu, was presented for second reading by the House Leader Julius Ihumbere. Also passed for second reading was a bill for an act to establish Alvan Ikoku Federal University of Education, Imo State. The proposed legislation, jointly sponsored by Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas and Representative Ugochinyere, was supported by lawmakers when put to a voice vote by the Deputy Speaker Benjamin Kalu. The establishment bill seeks to provide the necessary legal and administrative framework to formalize the status of the university, ensuring that it functions effectively and efficiently under a clearly defined law, governance, structure, and academic model that meets national and international standards. Now, ahead of his 73rd birthday on Saturday, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, will join fellow Muslims at the National Mosque in Abuja on Friday for a special prayer session for the nation. He will also use the occasion to thank God for preserving and supporting him in the onerous task of piloting the nation's affairs. President Tinubu's birthday coincides with the holy month of Ramadan and comes 2 months before his administration's second anniversary. On this significant day, the president will dedicate himself to spiritual reflection and supplication for Nigeria's continued peace, progress, and prosperity. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the prayer session reflects President Tinubu's dedication to Nigeria's spiritual and moral well-being and his commitment to seeking divine guidance, insight, and strength in leadership. He believes collective prayer is a powerful tool for guiding the nation towards progress and harmony. President Tinubu invites the public to join the prayer session in spirit by offering prayers at their places of worship or whenever they may be, reinforcing a nationwide commitment to unity and a shared destiny. He expresses profound gratitude to Nigerians for their unwavering support and goodwill as his administration works tirelessly to advance economic reforms, strengthen national security, and expand opportunities for all citizens. The president reaffirms his commitment to consolidating democratic gains, fostering economic recovery, and promoting national cohesion. He encourages citizens to remain steadfast in believing in Nigeria's destiny as a beacon of hope in Africa. Federal government has pledged full support for the 2025 Stockholm Junior Water Prize competition aimed at fostering innovation in water and environmental management among young Nigerians. Vice President Kashim Shettima, represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, made the commitment during a press conference in the presidential villa. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
This guest visiting the State House to appreciate Nigeria's participation for 28 years in the international competition, covering almost 35 countries. This year's competition is most significant given the discussions that resulted from Vice President Kashim Shettima's engagement in Oslo in 2024 and the anticipated visit of the Crown Princess of Sweden later in the year.
Stockholm Junior Water Prize has been around for almost 28 years now.
Represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Ibrahim Hadija, the Vice President notes that the competition will get the younger generation between the ages of 15 to 20 acquainted with problems and challenges associated with water at their tender age.
He said it's open, will continue to collaborate with the Swedish Embassy to expand the awareness, to ensure that we get as wide a participation as possible, and which will culminate, of course, in the events leading up to selecting one person from Nigeria that would now participate at the final session sometime in August, I believe.
We encourage schools, teachers and parents to encourage their young ones to submit their ideas and be a part of this important competition that gives global relevance.
The international competition organized by the Stockholm International Water Institute aims at engaging young minds in addressing global water challenges, and it is for secondary and tertiary school students to write projects on water-related issues and how it could be solved. From March 27th to May 2nd, 2025, qualified candidates will be followed by a national final that will take place at the Swedish Embassy in Abuja later in the year. From the State House, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
You're still watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Still ahead. T-Pompey concept begins promo on Mega City Estate. Thank you very much for staying with us on the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Now, T-Pompey Concept Limited, a leading real estate firm in Nigeria, says all is set for its mega city estate and has, in the mood of the festive season, opened a 17-day promo to help Nigerians own their own affordable plots of government-approved land in the prestigious Apogudu axis of the Federal Capital Territory. Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Akintayo Adarelebe, who announced this during a press engagement at the T-Pompey head office in Wuse 2, Abuja, said the investment is his company's efforts to tackle the housing deficit in the nation's capital city. Olusheye Adeagbo reports.
This over 500 hectares of land is the proposed size for the mega city located within the Serene Apo, a major location in the central of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, is the latest estate of the T. Pompey Concepts Limited, owners of over 70 estates in states across Nigeria. In design, the mega city estate will comprise more than 5,000 housing units with state-of-the-art facilities, and the CEO of the company, Akintayo Adaralegbe, has been speaking on how this is the first of its kind across the country.
And you know, if you are talking about land and landed property in Abuja, it has to be title. The mega city we're telling you comes with title, with CFO title. We are not dealing with RFO or any other thing. It's an FCDA title. It's going to be the biggest of our project for now, and we've tried to get some consultants into the project, and we don't want to go in contrary to government plans towards the place. We will plan according to government's laid down rule, but we're going to bring an innovation to the mega city, and it's going to be mega. Infrastructure is going to differentiate our mega city from any other estate and from even any other one we've done. We are planning to have an artificial lake there. We are planning to have an artificial forest there. We are planning to have a polo. We are planning to name it. I mean, world-class infrastructure is going to make the mega city a mega city estate, we'll call it.
The T. Pompey Concepts Limited is not unaware of the struggle in owning a land in Abuja, especially as it concerns a government-approved land that is affordable, and has already put this into consideration.
We're having a pre-launch sales promo on this mega city, and it's going to be just 17 days. We are connecting the spirit of Ramadan to that of Easter. So we are starting this from 31st of March, and we're going to end it on the 17th of April. And it's not a site that you are buying. You are not buying to keep. You are buying the site to start your project. It's going to be very affordable. We're dealing with a low-income earner, and we're dealing with an average Nigeria. This is not going to be something that will be too big. I tell you, with as little as just 2.5 million, you can own a plot in our mega city. Yeah, we have a payment plan for if you key into this project within this period. We still have a 3-month payment plan on how you can see how affordable it is. You are talking about an estate on 500 hectares of land. You can see how mega is it. So it's going to have its own power. So there's going to be 24 hours electricity.
The project of the mega city estate kicked off with a promo offer from 2.5 million naira for 200 square meters to 500 square meters for 500 million naira. And its official groundbreaking is fixed for later in the year. In Abuja, Olusaye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Now, a few days from now, Muslims will be marking the end of Ramadan. Our correspondent, Ekene Ndulwe, is visiting parks across the FCT to find out the situation at these parks. Let's now join him for the latest on travels across the city. Good morning, Ekene. Can you brief us on your findings at these motor parks?
Okay, Nolan, let me start by telling you where I am right now. I am at the Nyanya Terminus, one of the parks where people are coming to make travels to various parts of the country. Earlier in the morning, we were at Jabi Park, where we were able to talk to the park management and some of the passengers. The level of traveling around that Jabi was low, according to the park management. Here at Nyanya Terminus, the difference is not that much. There are the turnout for travelers is also on the low side. But we have one of the park management staff here, Mr. Saeed Sambu, to speak more on the situation of things. Okay, Mr. Saeed, we've been able to witness the level of traveling here in the park. From your own assessment, let me not speak my mind, from your own assessment, how are we seeing increased number of travelers this year for the Salah celebration?
No, it's very low. The movement is very low. Last year is more, there's more passenger more than, but this year, some people, most of the people are sending Webi to their loved ones. They will buy material from here, Abuja, and sew it and put some money and send it instead of them, because they have been calculating the money that we spend from Abuja to maybe Kano or Sokoto come back. So it's very much, and then there is cost of living now. People are suffering, and that's why if you look at the crowd is very low. Most of people is way big. Even we are surprising.
So I would like to know what the cost of transportation is at this moment. Is there any increase in the cost, or is the price the same?
There is increase.
Tell us the differences in price.
And the difference is that last year from here to Bauchi, they are going from here to Bauchi is 9,000, but now it's almost 11,000. So Sokoto, they are going to Sokoto almost 20,000, 17,000. Last year is 11,000. Even last 2 months is 11,000 from Abuja to Sokoto. But now, yesterday, people are paying 17,000, 18,000. Zamfara, people are paying 14,000 instead of 9,000 or 10,000. So there is much of increase because the drivers are complaining the fuel is cost, and then when most of them, if they went to the Sokoto or Zamfara, on their way coming back, they are coming back empty. That's why they used to, and even we used to ask them what's the reason of adding or increase. That is the complaint. If they carry passenger from Abuja during season, so people are not coming back, they'll come back empty. That is their complaint.
Okay, so we'd like to know, do you think that today being Friday, a working day, maybe that's why there is low turnout? Are we going to see increased number of travelers by tomorrow from your own assessment?
We are expecting, because we are near Salah, maybe tomorrow we see the increase of people more than today, because today there's 2 days or 3 days to Salah. Maybe when there are some workers, so after Friday, maybe some people are traveling tomorrow, Saturday. We are expecting Salah maybe Sunday or Monday. So I believe tomorrow we will see some increase of passengers tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Said. So, Nolan, that's the current situation at the park here in Nyanya.
Very well, Ekenendulue. Thank you so much. This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Still ahead. Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu hosts iftar with former First Ladies.
Celebrate Ramadan with Bafi and enjoy up to 40% off on selected products from living room, dining room, bedroom, and royal sets. Pay less, save more, and refresh your home for iftar gatherings and cherished moments with family and friends. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online to enjoy our exclusive Ramadan sale. Let's make this Ramadan unforgettable.
Thank you for being there. For the past 7 years, the Muslim community in the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, has been supporting displaced individuals at Wasa IDP camp, also known as Malaysia's IDP camp in Apo, by providing essential food items. This effort reflects their commitment to ease the affliction of the displaced and improve their living conditions. Suleiman Abdulwahab reports.
32-year Amina Mohammed is one of over 5,000 displaced individuals from Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe states. Shared her heartbreaking story after insurgency. And despite their hardship, Amina and her fellow camp residents expressed gratitude for the anti-Muslim community's support, especially during Ramadan.
My village was burned down, Boko Haram. That is when I left my home of town and came here. That is why I'm in this camp. That's where I found myself in camp.
We really appreciate the effort of our beloved brothers from the NTA, because every year they always remember the IDP of Malaysian Garden, on which they normally brought food items to share with the IDP.
Deputy Director of News, DDN, Mohammed Ali, emphasized that the NTA Muslim community will remain untiring in their support to those in need. He expressed confidence that the government will always be there to assist them and reassures in due time they will soon return to their various states, rebuilding their lives with hope and strength.
Even on the news, we've reported an NTA, and even our colleagues in Maiduguri have reported that peace is returning, and the governor is returning many IDPs back to their ancestral homes. So we are hoping that very soon the people in this camp will return to their places in Borno State so that they will continue with their normal lives.
Amina Mohammed, reflecting on the support she and her fellow camp residents have received, expressed hope for a brighter future. In Abuja, Suleiman Tobu Abdul-Wahab, NT News.
Still in the spirit of the season, First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has reassured Nigerians that the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing all it can to improve the country and make life better for the citizens. She was speaking during a breaking of fast with former First Ladies of Nigeria, female National Assembly members, wives of National Assembly members, and others. The First Lady notes that people of faith across the two major religions are engaged in sober reflection at this time and admonished them to continue with the godly virtues they embraced in the holy month.
And give them hope. And I believe that you all, so just take one person and help. That's all it takes to get this country back on its feet. May Allah answer all your prayers.
In a lecture on the spiritual significance of Ramadan, the Vice-Chancellor of Azman University, Kano, Professor Fatima Mukhtar, helped on the need for Muslims to reflect the teachings of the holy month in their conduct.
Charity, the self-discipline and the patience, the seeking of forgiveness and repentance, and the increased worship and recitation of the Holy Quran are all actions that are supposed to be done throughout the year, every day of our lives.
Special prayers were also offered for the nation, the president, and the entire citizens. In a similar news, as Ramadan comes to a close, Muslims are required to make a charity payment known as Zakatul Fitr before Eid al-Fitr, the feast marking the end of fasting. This donation is made to the less unfortunate and the fortunate and those in need. Tokbe Alabi in this report takes a look at the significance of Zakatul Fitr in Islam.
قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى.
Zakatul Fitr or Zakah is a religious duty considered obligatory for every Muslim, regardless of age or gender, who has the means to give at the conclusion of Ramadan. Traditionally, 1 sa'a or 4 mudu of staple food in one's area, estimated to be about 14 tins or 2.5 to 3 kilograms, is given. Examples of staple food include rice, wheat, maize, beans, millet, or dates. Alternatively, many scholars allow the payment of the monetary equivalent of 1 sa'a of food, with local Islamic authorities announcing the current rate each year.
This Zakat al-Fitri, we were encouraged to give it out 2 or 3 days before Salah Day, so that the needy who will be given, at least on that Salah Day, everybody is expected to have something to cook for himself.
And you pay Zakat al-Fitr, by the head of the family will pay on behalf of all its members, the members of the family that are living under him.
The reason behind it is that Allah wants all of us to make ourselves happy on the day of Eid al-Fitr.
So this Zakat al-Fitr is of benefit to the recipient. It's also of benefit to the person giving out, because his Ramadan is accepted by Almighty Allah, and he has also perfected his lesson of giving out to others. So we don't just give as Zakat al-Fitr and go to sleep till next year. It is something we do for the next 11 months on voluntary and individual level.
Zakatul Fitr serves to feed the hungry and purify the fasting person of any transgressions committed during Ramadan. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, whoever gives it before the prayer of Eid will have it accepted as zakat, while whoever gives it after the prayer will be considered to have given regular charity or sadaqah. Zakatul Fitr emphasizes the communal aspect of charity and the responsibility of Muslims to continue to contribute to the well-being of others, fostering a sense of unity and compassion. In Abuja, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
Thank you, Tokwe. Now, as the 2025 Ramadan gradually winds to an end and Muslims around the world prepare to celebrate Salah, fashion, among other preparations, play an important role in the celebration. In this special report, Alika Okbanachawarwa takes a look at the fashion trends and preparations for Salah in general.
As the 2025 Small Salah celebration approaches, traders and consumers are lamenting over the hike in the price of commodities in the market. While traders complain of the inability to make high sales as expected, consumers also lament that their budgets have fallen short due to the high cost of commodities. A market survey on fashion preparation for Salah around Abuja metropolis revealed low patronage, as many of the shops were empty of customers, unlike previous years. Some traders attribute the decline in patronage to the economic situation in the country.
This one now, these are silk. So we sell this one 3,500, but we used to consider some customer that don't have much. We give them 3,000 naira.
Cut your coat according to your size. That's just the thing. Because the country is not smiling at all.
37-year-old Yusuf, who has been into tailoring all his life, says this is the first Salah he is experiencing low turnout of customers in his shop.
People, they don't have much money from his hand, so they come to butter. They give us clothes, but they don't give us the enough money for the sewing.
Last year I worked clothes plenty for this our shop, but this year, so alhamdulillah.
When you ask person to come buy materials, say the best way it's belleful, and they buy clothes to wear.
Despite the complaint, some shops were seen attending to customers. Ankara, Adire, and other traditional fabrics with colorful prints seems to be more in display this season. Shoes, bags, and other accessories are also not left out. Tailors and seamstresses could be seen working round the clock to meet the demand for custom-made outfits, from intricate embroidery to delicate beading, every detail carefully crafted to perfection. And while many complain of lack of funds, others are just simply grateful to have successfully completed the Ramadan and be alive to celebrate Salah. In Abuja, Alika Okbanachi, Arua, NTA News.
In other news, as the two major religions in the country are in periods of fasting and Thanksgiving, Nigerians have been urged to always continue to give all glory to the Creator for all His blessings upon the country, despite current challenges. This was at the annual Kuchichep Festival of Thanksgiving of the Kutebs from Takum Usa local government area and Yangtu Special Development Area, Southern Taraba State. Its central focus is on giving thanks for opening and closing farming seasons, as agriculture is the backbone of their economy. The festival depicts Kuteb's mode of pre-colonial dressing, respect for law and order as commanded by the ancestors and passed on by elders. It is a show of farming and hunting tools and of hospitality through lavish provision of food and drinks.
For good harvest of the previous years. God has blessed us with harvest, bumper harvest. And we're expecting that God will usher us into the new farming season. And that is why we are thanking God.
A lot of predicament that come upon us, but God has preserved us. That's why the Kwetakum now, them it feel that we should all converge here in the place of worship to praise and thank God for the preservation of life, on how God has been so faithful. So, well, I feel happy. Every 25th of March every year is one of the most happiest days of my life.
We appreciate God today. Today is a great day to Kute mission in 10. Today is a great day to us. We give thanks to God, come together in unity.
Nigeria is rolling out a new visa policy that will change the way visitors enter the country. The Nigeria Visa Policy 2025 aims to streamline the process, eliminate visa stickers, and fully transition to an electronic visa system. Victor Azu reports that the policy also ends the visa on arrival scheme with efficiency and national security top priorities.
Nigeria's new visa policy is not just an update, it's a complete digital shift. The Nigeria Visa Policy 2025 is phasing out visa stickers and scrapping the visa on arrival option.
Visa on arrival is gone.
Instead, all applications and approvals will happen electronically. That means no more waiting for physical visa endorsements. The new system is designed to be faster, safer, and entirely online.
With streamlined visa classification, by reducing the visa classes from 79 that we currently have to 44, ensuring greater clarity and efficiency.
Whether you're a tourist, a business traveler, academic, or a Nigerian with dual nationality, the process is now simpler, it's faster, and it's more accessible.
But it's not just about convenience. The Minister of Interior says it is also about boosting the economy while tightening border security.
We will be given a 3-month window from the 1st of May till the 1st of August for regularization of immigration protocols in line with our laws. After that, we will move to the era of enforcement, prosecution, and deportation.
For travelers, it's a promise of smoother entry. For immigration officers, it's a smarter system. And for Nigeria, it's a bold move towards a more secure and business-friendly future. As the policy moves from paper to practice, its real test will be in its execution. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
And talking health now, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, says its rapid response teams, RRTs, have arrived in Kebbi, Sokoto, and Katsina states in response to the ongoing outbreak of cerebral spinal meningitis, CSM, in the country. A statement by the NCDC Head of Corporate Communication, Sani Detti, says the deployment is in response to a significant increase in suspected cases reported from the states. Nigeria has now recorded a total of 807 suspected cases and 74 deaths from across 22 states, with a case fatality rate of 9.2%. The states of Kebbi, Katsina, and Sokoto are said to have recorded the highest number of suspected cases, deaths, with relatively low sample collection rates, necessitating urgent intervention. The NCDC Director General, Dr. Jide Idris, also clarifies that rapid response teams will be in the 3 states for 14 days and will be extended if need arises. The deployed teams comprising multi-sectoral and interdisciplinary experts, including specialists in case management and lumbar puncture techniques. 3 suspected vandals of power infrastructure have been arrested in Agbopugu, Enugu State. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, in a statement says the suspects have already been charged to court and currently remanded in custodial center. TCN commends members of the community who supported the security resulting to arrest of the suspects, as it urges host communities to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activity around power infrastructure to nearby TCN office or security agencies. Department of Political Science, University of Abuja, has presented a book titled China, Building a Global Community with a Shared Future, aimed at debunking misconceptions about China's political and socio-economic diplomacy in Nigeria and other African countries. Thomas Obetere reports.
The 450-page book, which featured 25 chapters, was edited by Professor Sherif Gali Ibrahim, the head of the Department of Political Science and International Relations at the university. The book challenges the prevalent narrative of debt-trap diplomacy, shedding light on China's positive contribution to global connectivity, international integration, and its investment in Nigeria and other African nations. The book emphasizes China's role in fostering economic growth and development in these countries through mutually beneficial developmental initiatives.
China has done it to itself. It is trying to improve qualities of what it has done, but it is trying to contribute to the world, for the world to also tap from the benefit of China's advancement and modernization.
Basically, the book is trying to reconstruct the idea that states that China's support to Africa to bring them out of poverty and backwardness is a debt trap.
To challenge the thought of those people who believe that China is, is a new colonialism.
Reviewer of the book, Professor Sali, highlighted China's consistent efforts to assist African nations by providing developmental opportunities.
I don't want to stand here and say as if everything with China is perfect. There may be some gray areas that Nigerian policymakers will have to look at.
And those loans are the things that we will want to look at and see how very well also we take care of our own immediate communities.
To develop Africa for shared prosperity, shared future, because we have common histories. China was colonized Africa also.
The book emphasizes how China's growing economic influence on the global stage has been instrumental in reducing global poverty and promoting infrastructural development across Africa. In Abuja, Thomas Ugbetere, NTA News.
On politics, governors of the ruling All Progressives Congress have hosted some eminent Nigerians to iftar. Abubakar Akwanga was there and has details.
Ramadan Iftar may be the best belt to describe this assemblage of prominent Nigerians, but there is a reason deeper than a mere merriment, and that is politics and good governance, which APC is committed to deliver beyond 2027.
As a family, both Muslims and Christians, tonight we are here to eat together. We are here to pray together. We are here to reason together, work together to serve Nigeria better.
The hall was suddenly illuminated by solemn reflection on the journey of the renewed hope agenda as the nation marched on the wheel to another election with resilience, determination, and human faith.
This is a trinity. This is a trinity. We are talking about the governors, the National Assembly, and the party. This is the trinity that can produce results, that will produce results. And we also pray for Mr. President that his second term is assured. Can we shout a louder amen?
It is the choices that we make today
the choices that we failed to make in the past that will set this nation aright.
Inflation is down, food prices are coming down, energy prices are coming down, the exchange rate is stable. Those are the things that affect the cost of living.
The APC has done so well. Look at the Students' Loans Board, look at the Credit Corporation, look at the investment in agriculture, look at the unification of the foreign exchange.
Now the umbrella of the Iftar dinner put together by the Progressive Governors Forum is dismantled, and the common message for Nigerians is to strive in the spirit of tolerance, love, patriotism, and to keep faith in the renewed hope agenda of the federal government. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Elsewhere, the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD West Africa, says the publication titled Zamfara, Governor Lawal under fire over alleged anti-democratic actions against assembly members, recently published in the media, does not emanate from it. The group met the clarification at a media briefing in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Do a background check.
The director of CDD West Africa, Dauda Garuba, disclosed that the article published attributed statements to a group led by one Ibrahim Yakubu, who claims to represent the Center for Democracy and Development West Africa. While fully respect the right of individuals and groups to freedom of speech and association, as a respected think tank, CDD clarifies that the group is not in any way affiliated to the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD West Africa.
CDD West Africa remains committed to the principles and values of democratic governance and thus rejects any attempts to misrepresent its stance or values.
Meanwhile, the civic group, the Patriots for the Advancement of Peace and Social Development, has rejected calls for a state of emergency in Zamfara State, calling it as politically motivated against Governor Dauda Lawal. Executive Director of the group, Sani Abdullahi Shinkafi, commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the military for recent security improvement in the country, noting that peace and stability have enabled economic and infrastructural progress in Zamfara and some other parts of the country. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Here is a recap of our top stories. ECOWAS exploring reconnection with Sahelian countries that withdrew from the bloc. A bill aimed at lowering Nigeria's election costs passes second reading. House of Representatives withdraws 2 bills on immunity clause, review penalties for capital punishment. Federal government unveils new visa policy to switch fully to electronic system. To advance Nigeria's transition to green energy, Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga led a high-level delegation on a tour of Uruvesa, a well-known Spanish manufacturer of military and industrial vehicles. The visit focused on exploring potential collaboration in compressed natural gas (CNG) technology for powering Nigeria's defense and industrial vehicle fleets. In a statement from his media aide, Al-Qasim Abdul Qadir says Yusuf Tuga emphasized the long-standing trade ties between Nigeria and Spain. He noted that Spain remains one of Nigeria's top trading partners, with Nigerian crude oil exports reaching $3.64 billion in 2023. Tuga praised Urovesa's innovative approach to producing all-terrain armored tactical and logistic vehicles, expressing Nigeria's growing interest in implementing CNG-powered solutions. Tuga also highlighted the business-friendly economic reforms under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, which have positioned Nigeria as a prime destination for investment in clean energy technologies. The statement mentioned that the high-level delegation includes the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Ekperikpe Ekpo, Presidential CNG Initiative Representative Engineer Michael Oluwabemi, Engineer Henry Oki, and the Special Assistant for Gas, Business and Investment to the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Gas. Together, they engaged in detailed discussions with Uruvesa executives. The outcome of the discussions set the stage for a strategic partnership expected to foster sustainable innovation and drive economic growth for both Nigeria and Urovesa. And that concludes the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Thank you for watching. I am Nolene Ebel Ame and see you at the top of the hour for the news update.